why does soda out of a can taste different than soda out of a bottle? We thunk that. It kind of does.
Yeah.
I think it tastes better. Certain items taste better out of a can, and certain taste better out of a bottle. Like I like Mountain Dew in a bottle better, but I like Dr. Pepper in a can better. And if we're going straight out the tap, I really don't like any soft drink.
I don't like being salty either.
Okay. Anyway, anybody got any topics for today? Yes.
I always have topics.
Do you?
I was gonna say Cole probably has a few topics up his sleeve. He usually tries to get them out first.
Yeah.
I can't reach them.
Let me just see what I wrote. Alright.
This little song I wrote.
He gets permanent tattoos of the topics.
Just a little song I
Always.
wrote.
Just marks out the ones you just writes over it.
Okay. This is an old one that we haven't talked about. I'm thinking about forming a small amount of schizophrenia and paranoia, just for everyday use. It's like, is it a safety issue? I think it came up with blacksmithing. It's like just always assume everything's hot and then just put your hand up to it and be like, no, this is cold. Just like
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like, is this safe? Probably not. And just walk away.
That's kind of how I am, to be honest.
It's
like,
just like
I'm
a
very,
small form of paranoia.
I'm a very cautious person.
But I also like try and find more details than I'm supposed to. That makes sense. It's like you look at something, you're like, I wonder what made that happen, and then like you go in depth and you're like, well, this happens to this. Like if it's like a detective movie, I'd basically be the detective, just the bad one. It's like I know what you had for breakfast, but I don't know who killed him.
I don't pay much attention, but I'm very cautious, which is really ironic. But
I always, when it comes to safety issues, I'm like, when I'm about to do something and then I see myself dying because of it, I'm like, probably shouldn't do that. Like I was cutting wood the other day and I was like, I think I'm just gonna like one-hand it, and then I'm like, I could see that going into my leg and then bleeding out all over this place. Let's probably not do that.
Maybe everybody should be cautious in everything that they do, or else the world would be where the world is at right now.
that was so random. That was just like you tried to be insightful, but it came out really stupid.
We thought that. That was an intro right there.
Yeah. The world is Happy New Year.
Is the New Year's podcast probably coming out like a couple weeks from now?
I mean, the October one came out in December.
Hey man, I don't
That's
wanna
because
hear
we were.
I don't want to hear it.
I've been. I have a lot of excuses, but I don't want to talk about them on the podcast.
First off, people, we're at least getting it out. So
Yeah.
screw you.
Also, if I have a party, show up.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Put your
you have
address
another
out
one?
there.
If I host a podcast, show up.
Got him.
That's to our 2 hosts that we're supposed to have today. Host. I mean, sorry,
one
one guest,
one
one
guest,
guest,
one
one
guest,
host.
one host.
Yeah.
Which,
Which
by the way,
okay, now we have to add Lucky and Taylor onto the thing because Taylor plans on being
actually, I
here.
was about to talk about that. For the new thumbnail coming out, I'm gonna take Adrian off because it's official. Well, he's been on the podcast more than Adrian, and he's gone right now, so he's dead again.
Him being the owner, though, I feel like he needs to stay on somewhere in some sort of way.
I would much rather him be the editor because it would make sense he'd be the owner. But you know,
What would
Yeah.
my picture be? SP?
As of right now, we haven't formed anything with you. Like we have to form your character on the podcast,
by the
which
way,
we haven't formed mine at all, which is kind of sad.
by the way, we need to introduce Taylor.
Oh,
I don't know if this
Yeah.
episode's gonna come out before the last one, or because there's a lot to the last one, and I'm still trying to get the stream cut out of the podcast. That makes sense.
yeah. If it does, the last one was a group podcast with a bunch of people. There was a lot of conversations going on at once, and you probably didn't get to know Taylor very well anyway.
There was like
because it
6
was a
of us?
lot.
That was a lot of us.
Yeah.
I think that was 7.
7? Yeah, there was a lot.
Yeah, it was
I
quite a
mean,
bit.
I know we're supposed to have more than that because I know Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter was supposed to come too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked that day though.
Yeah. I mean, he was going to come later, but like we all literally just left.
Oh, I told him, and he's like, "Well, I only get off work like about like in the afternoon." I'm like, "Dad, we're gonna be gone." I was like, "Text me just in case," but
Yeah, if I didn't have to go to church that night, we would have probably still been here.
it's fine though.
No. I'm pretty sure there was 6 of us.
Also, this is the first podcast where we have 2 mics.
Well, technically not the first
I don't-
one. We have to.
I don't count the last one because that was.
That
it
was
may
a
have been a
mess.
podcast.
It was a
but
mess, but it was fun.
It's like
That
three
was-
different
for sure.
podcasts.
It
I
was
love
definitely
it.
fun.
That was
Last week was definitely good.
that was a party episode, basically.
Yeah.
We should do more of those. Just not
as soon
often.
as David gets back.
There was like 3 conversations going on at once, like
Stuff like
the
that,
entire
yeah.
time.
But yeah, the good thing was we had 2 separate mics. So the mic was over here at y'all's conversation, and then me, David, and Taylor were talking. So it was working out.
It was the
Yeah.
best.
I mean, if you could separate the mic audio, I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, they always record in 2
Yeah, it
separate
would
channels,
probably-
but if they pick
It'd
each
probably
other
still
up,
pick you. Yeah.
I don't mind that. I was thinking
And we're
about doing
pretty
that and
loud, so-
splicing them, so you have more content. But I was also like, I could just cut it.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to editing it yet. I've been trying to take the video
I
from the
wouldn't.
stream and then the audio from the stream and put them together for our Dark Souls video.
The stream was fun too.
It was until you look at the aftermath because the internet was so bad. It would literally, like there would be a whole section that would break, and so like good content, good content, and then all of a sudden the frame pixelates, and then it cuts like 5 seconds or like 10 seconds or some random amount.
We're
And then-
randomly laughing.
And so then I have to take the video, I have to cut the video, and then I have to put it next to the audio I had.
Honestly, that
takes so much
happens
time.
to a lot of people because I'll be on Twitch watching like videos that they've already done live, and then they'll just end up, posting them later on.
Well, a lot of
And
it's the.
I do that for the content.
A lot of it's
Yeah.
also the what's it called? Because most of the time streamers they'll play some music in the background or something, and then when it gets posted afterwards, that music gets cut out, so the audio's cut out there, so they just go
Yeah.
ahead and cut it.
Yeah.
They don't keep it in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was like 10 minutes was just cut out, and then he, it wasn't cut out for like 15, 20 minutes, and then another 10 minutes was cut out.
Yeah, I've been thinking about getting an editor for things like this. Despite not working and just doing solely this, it's still hard to edit.
I mean, yeah, there are people who literally just edit for YouTubers.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's their
yeah.
full-time
thinking
job,
about, like,
is just
pulling-
straight up editing.
Pulling a friend in and being like, hey, you don't have to do the entire thing. I'll do
Yeah.
half of it. You do half of it.
Yeah.
We'll be finished faster. Because people would have whole teams. They do one for audio, one for video, and then special effects and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Of
Unless
course.
you're just a really good, editor and you
I'm
just know
special.
how to do it all.
I know.
Hey, I'm the special one.
I'll always be the audio engineer. That's fine with me. This is probably what God made me for.
I'm just the special one.
I'm here for the donuts.
Taylor's here to bring donuts. That's it.
Every podcast, I'm just going to bring us
Hand
pack
me
of
one.
donuts.
This is the best part about podcast.
We pretty much eat every podcast.
Oh, that one tastes like toothpaste, don't it?
Yeah, don't get the toothpaste tasting
Very
donut.
soggy in the bottom.
Yeah, I know.
Soggy bottom donut.
It was bad because it was
Soggy
kind of
bottom
sticky on the
donuts.
back. It was kind of sticky on the bottom, but it got all over my palm somehow. I don't even know how. I didn't touch it with my left hand, yet it's still sticky. Like, I don't understand.
Wow, if we weren't talking about donuts, that would be a very weird sentence.
That's like when you're like, when you have a marker and you're like just coloring with a marker, right? And then somehow it ends up on your wrist, and you're like, what?
You're like, how did it get on my leg?
Every art class.
I'm
ever.
writing.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, every art class.
You gotta love it though.
How did I get paint on the back of my ear?
I feel like I'm just really bad at art. Cause I'll see other people like coloring with a marker, and they're fine afterwards. I'll have it like on the side of my hand, on my finger. I'm like, how did this happen?
You know the difference between you and them? They put a piece of paper between their hand and their artwork.
Maybe.
That's not a maybe. That's a definite. We all do that.
Maybe.
Side-
I don't really care. It's whatever. I just watch it all.
I should have taken more art classes instead of the stupid agriculture classes I took,
Yeah.
which was sad because one of them was welding, and that was probably one of my favorite, other than any awardees.
I only did one. Agriculture.
I didn't do any.
Really?
His
Not-
life is better because of it.
Not a requirement. I'm not gonna take it.
What?
I was going into STEM, so I wasn't required to take that.
Yeah.
I took everything I was interested in. That was it.
I mean, I did it for 1 year, and, well, half the time I wasn't even in there.
I talked about it in the podcast already. I just played tic-tac-toe and then sung Everywhere I Go.
Just pretty much my high school experience was, can I go to Wardy's?
Pretty much.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was talking to my dad the other day, and he says he had that his favorite was a welding class, and so every time he'd go in like a chemistry class, he'd get his work done. He'd be like, "Can I go weld?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I was like, "Okay." And so he'd always do that throughout the day, and then he would go there, and then they'd either go play sports in the field or they'd go hunting behind the school because everyone had guns in their truck at this time. And I'm like, why didn't we get to do this?
Yeah.
I love hunting.
We bring a shotgun shell that's already been shot off, and it's all.
That's illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like,
That's a shell.
oh my god, that's a shell. We gotta call 911.
No, you said sawed off.
No, shot off.
Yeah,
Oh.
like a shot off.
Like it's
Like,
already
it's already been
it's
shot.
Empty.
Yeah,
shell.
an empty shell.
This is a new term for me. Like it's just sitting in your car. Are you making a joke as in like modern times that there's just a shell in
Yeah,
your car?
yeah,
that's
no.
pretty-
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant like
You could bring that to school, like just like show people,
Yeah.
and they'd be like,
oh my god, you got a gun in your truck.
and it's like, no, this is just the
Yeah.
shell.
we even
Yeah.
had a
What if
school-
you throw it at someone?
We even had a school policy that had no alcohols or gun or bullet propaganda on T-shirts, and we never followed that.
No.
Dude, when I was in third grade though, I brought like a shell just to school. They didn't say anything about it. Like back then, I guess they didn't care because I pulled it out and I was just messing with it in class. You know,
Yeah,
they
you're like
didn't care.
5, so they're like, this kid's not gonna shoot. the place
Third
up for
grade.
a couple more
I was
years."
5 in third grade.
I don't. Say it was third grade though. You were still young.
Smart.
I was like, yeah, dude.
Look at this. What I found.
What am I?
outside.
What am I? 12 now?
Barely being able to talk in the third grade. 5 years old. Jesus. You're in 12th grade.
You were
12.
you were barely able to talk at 5.
No, I talked when I was like 2 and a.
I was. Let's just say my language is not very developed.
I was okay at talking. See, the thing was, the best part about it was I talked a lot when I was 5, and I sat by Omar on the bus, and he didn't speak any English. So I would just be sitting there talking to him, and he's just staring at me because he has no clue what I'm saying. He's just, see. Like, he couldn't talk to me back, so, and I didn't know that. I just thought he was quiet. I just sat there, I was just like, he's just like,
Omar,
That's
say
how-
something.
And that's how Omar learned English. And that's how he became so sarcastic.
that might be why.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was always a little jerk, you know?
I know I was a little monster when I was a
believe
kid,
that.
but I got better.
Because, like, my grandma one time told me to close the door. I was letting all the cold air out. But then I closed
You've
it.
already talked about
Oh,
this in
yeah.
the podcast.
I don't think I told Taylor about it. But yeah, so I opened the door, and she said, "You're letting all the cold air out," so I shut it. And then she turned around, then she turned back around, and I had the door open again. She was like, "I told you to close the door." And I was like, "Well, I gotta let the cold air back in." And, like, I was like, dude, what is wrong with me? Sad part is, I feel
It's
like I
out
would-
there. It's hot now. Now I gotta let it back in, Mom.
I was
Grandma.
like, yeah,
Grandma.
I was like, I feel like I would still do that. That's the bad part.
Yeah.
Like,
Even at 20 years old, you're still.
I'm nowhere near.
Oh,
20.
we
I'm
have to-
2 years away from 20, buddy.
We have to
I
talk
forgot you're not
about-
my age.
I'm 18.
We have to talk about the 10% of views that come from the tag incest.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, that is like what?
Okay, if any of you are watching us that found us that way, why are you looking that up? Please comment.
Especially on YouTube.
yeah,
Like you couldn't just go to your private browser and look it up. You were just like, yeah, I'll go to YouTube and do it. Why not?
and then they found our video and they
Yeah.
started watching it.
It's like, so
They
if
didn't
you
get through very much, but
if
they watched it.
if you were if they did make it through anything, if you were interested and you're watching this one, put in the comments why you searched incest on YouTube, because I'm interested.
I'm
yeah.
impressed though that so many people watch
Jeez.
our video. So we probably have to talk about incest more just to get the views up.
Just to get the views.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're talking about it now.
Hunter,
Tag
so,
it.
So me and my sister.
that's why I want Hunter on the show.
Yeah,
No, I have to delete that. We can, for Hunter's sake.
No, that's just a joke. I mean, it's a running gag. It's fine. What no?
You said it was
You
a
said
running
gag.
gag.
Okay, yeah, got it. Got it. Gag.
I don't get it.
He made a gagging sound.
I don't get the gag parody. I got the gagging sound, but I don't know what he was.
Never mind. Nothing.
I wasn't referencing anything. it was just he said it was a running gag, so I was just like,
Oh, they
Like,
said he was
yeah.
a running joke, and then he started choking. I was
I
like,
said
what?
gag. No, I said running gag.
Okay.
running joke.
Yeah.
You all right, Taylor? Taylor, you all right? What?
Just choking on a toothpaste donut.
Oh yeah, it's a real risk in this show.
Oh yeah, by the way, if you guys don't know, the don't go to wait,
You
what
can't-
was it?
Yeah.
It's called Eagle's Nest, to be fair.
Yeah.
We could call
Yeah.
it by that.
Technically, you can't classify where we
Well,
live.
if we just say be careful on what
By
donuts
that.
you get.
Yeah. Be careful
get
on what donut
kolaches.
shop you go to
Honestly,
because
just
these taste-
kolaches.
don't get chocolate donuts at certain donut shops because they taste like toothpaste donuts.
Ask for a sample.
There we go.
Yes. Or just get regular plain kolache.
Dude, they should,
Or, I
get donut holes and then
that
just
too.
dip them.
Glacier.
Yeah, I know.
And then be like, here, try our icing.
Dude, you know,
I just said
you should
glacier
just bring
donuts.
kolaches
Wow.
next time, dude.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Low-key.
Yeah, why didn't you do that today?
I've been low key for a minute. Where's the kolaches?
I said glacier donuts.
Glacier.
Hey, you ever wake
Yeah.
up and you want a nice, cold, crisp donut? Get a glacier donut. That's the sponsor. Of
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
that
sponsored
would
by
be an
Glacier
ad.
Donuts.
I actually was gonna make a sponsor joke, and it's like, guys, today we're sponsored by Raid.
Shadow Legend.
No, Raid the bug spray.
Oh. Dude, honestly, that'd be fire. You know?
I might put that at the beginning of the video. That'd be funny.
It's like, you got bugs on your computer? Raid!
What do you eat for breakfast? Raid.
Dude, low key. Oh, we're making a fake ad for that now.
Dude, that'll be our skit today.
All right, boys. Hope y'all are ready. We're making a new ad.
I can lean into the donut box. The microphone's right there.
Listen
That was a good clap.
All right, listen up, boys.
up, boys.
Get some good reverb in there.
Yo. Dang it, I wish we had visuals.
Hey, if anyone wants to invest $20 for a camera,
Here, I
Yeah.
got you. I didn't bring my
You need to
wallet.
have a donation.
I didn't bring my wallet.
like in your
we just
In
need
your
a
bio.
We need a
Patreon.
Patreon.
yeah.
But I don't want to make a PayPal. Because I'd make a PayPal as a bank account.
Taylor,
so-
just make a PayPal.
Yeah, Taylor, you want to be our financial department? Which is probably a very
Uh,
bad
That's a
idea.
very bad idea.
No offense to Taylor, but-
Just quit his job, and he spends a lot of money on random crap. But you know, there you go.
Yeah, you guys can hook me up with that. Yeah.
I thought this man was well set. He said he was well set last episode.
I mean, I do have quite a bit of money saved up
He
right
has
now.
quite a bit of money.
Dude,
Let me tell
Hey
you,
man,
with the glasses on his face and the coat that he wears, he is a prime specimen for a gentleman.
I got like 2,500 in my savings right now. I'm kind of happy.
Yeah,
Jesus, and you still haven't bought a microphone?
No, because that's all going to college. Literally, a semester of college costs $2,200.
Sheesh.
So
feel you
all
on
of
that
that's
one.
going away.
Just for a semester?
I got a little under 1,500.
I've got like
just a
$3.
tad
So
bit.
if I'm going from like last school year, the beginning of, I mean,
Sorry, 40 because Christmas came around.
let's say the end of last
Ooh.
school year to now, I've technically only went up by about $300 in my savings.
Tip share, bud.
I spend all that
Honestly.
on stupid crap.
Well, you
Yeah.
get paid tip share every day, right?
I can pick it up every day,
Yeah.
but I don't.
You choose to pick it up like every week or so.
Dude, I picked it up. I picked up 3 days worth, and I got like $150 the other day.
Oh wow.
Which is actually pretty decent.
Honestly, knowing me, I would just completely forget, and then like a month later, be like, "Yo, can I pick up my tip share?"
I don't forget because that's what I survive on. My
Yeah.
check goes. All my checks go straight to my savings.
Yeah.
That's what I live on. Is my tip share.
I mean, that's what a lot
So,
of
I'll
waitresses.
repeat this once. I just don't like tip share.
Oh no.
I'll have in a whole episode where I'll
okay.
just argue the reason
Okay.
why I don't like it.
Yeah.
So, the waitresses the other day were complaining because they think we make bank on tip share apparently. Which I mean,
No.
recently I have, but that's because I've been working doubles and it's been super busy. But they were like, one of the waitresses was like, I put in $40 to the tip share last night, and then like all of them were claiming they put in like $40 something. There was 11 waitresses. I was like, if you all put in $40 something, there's 4 bussers, split it, that's 10 apiece. I would have made $110 that night. I did not. I made about 30 something that night in tip share. So there's something wrong here. I don't know what's happening, but I feel like somebody's getting cheated because
Honestly,
we're getting $30 and they're putting in a lot of money. So I don't know, man.
Probably how the tip share works. If you make the tip, they probably let you have the majority.
Maybe.
am I allowed to say where I work specifically?
Well, you don't work anywhere now.
We
Yeah, I mean, like,
we haven't switched the
past.
video yet, so I'll
Yeah,
probably
no,
say
it
the
doesn't
time.
matter. Well, you don't have to say like the specific location. You can say where you worked.
I mean, if you know who we are,
If
know
you
who we
want
are.
to, if you want to say the specific location, you can.
I
Like,
just bleeped out all of where he works yesterday.
why?
Episode 2. It was like we had a whole conversation about it.
Oh, is it like bad stuff?
No, it's just about where you work and the location where you work. So I was just like, bleep.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it was.
It doesn't matter if you say where I work because there's a ton of those.
Oh, if you ever want to edit a video, just go online and go to studio. And
I don't care that much.
Well,
help me.
It was Copeland's.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
nobody cares about that.
Yeah,
You
you're
worked at
right.
Copeland's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you quit there like about the week of.
No, he worked there for like. No, he just kept changing positions.
No, I wasn't. They were changing my positions.
Actually, no. When you were a dishwasher,
No,
you
I did.
asked
I
to be
did change
changed.
one, and then they changed me over. I was dishwasher for like literally one day. One day.
Your beard looks like 2 balls right now.
Honestly, yeah, I know. It hasn't grown in right here yet, and then just like
I've
the fact that
noticed.
these
Yeah,
parts
mine
right here
mine
just
patches
blonde.
right here too. Mine patches right here. It's weird.
Yeah,
Everything else grows.
but I've been treating it like really well with
Shampoo.
beard oil and stuff like that,
Beard oil.
and
I thought
shampoo.
he said
like, really
they
trying
said
to
he
take
got
care of
beard
it.
beard butter or something like that.
It's called beard. It's called Beard Guys.
And
I know a lot of beard places. I haven't heard of them.
I just told him
Yeah.
to get some shave butter because he needs to shave it. But
Shave butter. Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with a good beard, except that's not a good beard yet.
No. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got ways to go.
Yeah. It's
up here.
It goes through the it goes through the shitty parts, and then
He's a neck beard. So
it'll
yeah, it's
come.
an eared.
It'll come in eventually.
if you want to draw Taylor, just neck beard, a little bit on the cheeks, a little bit of a mustache, glasses, and amazing hair.
Amazing hair.
I mean, compared to his beard, yeah,
Just off the wall hair.
just very nice.
I don't
hair.
think I ever went into high school with a good head of hair.
or a good head.
Yeah.
I got 2 of those.
I have an odd shaped head. I wonder what I would look like bald.
You look pretty
We
weird.
always wondered that, but then we're just like,
You know
gotta
when
put it
people
with being bald.
when people get bald though, it normally looks normal, but you always think you're gonna look weird.
I think I'll just be cold all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
You're like, why am I so cold? Mac.
put a hat on,
Spit
put a
shine.
little beanie on. Probably look normal if I put a beanie on.
Honest.
You
Yeah.
know? I can't say that. Okay.
That'll be cut
I
out.
guess I'll delete that. I don't know what was wrong with it.
Yeah, you can
He,
keep it.
he
You can
didn't
keep it if
say
you want.
beanie. He said
Cool.
Yeah, you can keep it. I don't care. I figured you'd have a problem with it though.
No, I don't know what it is.
You don't know what a beater is?
No, I
It's a
don't.
Mexican.
Oh.
It's a derogatory term for Mexican.
yeah. That's saying
Calm down. That's a little worse.
yeah, honestly.
I was thinking about just turning these podcasts into NSFW and then just stop like bleeping. I don't even think curse words are that bad moderated on YouTube anymore.
You gotta censor. You don't. I don't think you have
Yeah.
to censor. But
Probably.
My issue is I don't like people we know coming in and just seeing how often we curse. When I mean that, I mean the older people that like used to look down on us, but now we're adults, so now it's weird.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure people know.
Apparently not with our views. Also, the 3 episodes that are about to come out, they're all New Year's episodes. Don't ask why. Just
They're
do it.
all New Year's Day. Okay.
All of them are New Year's Day. Yeah.
It's been a weird year already.
Anything you want to sing about it?
What?
It's been a weird year. Start the song. I'll make a whole new one.
It's a whole new year. No, I got nothing.
Okay, so
I can't go off the dome, you know.
So I was watching somebody stream Apex a few nights ago, and they were like, we should do the P2020 in 2020, and I was just like, okay.
So you want us to get a real P20? No.
I mean, I know plenty of streamers who've already done that, but yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Just want to say that. Please don't plug other people.
Go watch his stream. Unless they're plugging us, don't plug them.
Yeah,
Even if they're plugging us, don't plug them.
And if you are a level and
Has experienced mesothelioma.
You're entitled.
Dude,
to...
I still don't remember that whole thing.
You can always go rewatch it.
I can always just go pull up the script again.
It's a lot of words.
I'm glad I remembered it.
Should I go ahead and run through these, or should we just wait and just talk about them when they're relevant?
Well, we should probably try to come up with it naturally. Get a nice little fliggity flow, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I've got basically 3. We'll just use those for the episodes. this
Yeah.
week.
3 episodes equal 30 minutes. We got some new stuff coming to the podcast, though. I guess they'll hear it in this podcast.
Oh, yeah, they will.
Wait, no, because we're not taking breaks.
No, we're gonna make 3 of them. We'll have to probably do it on a later date.
Yeah, I that's what I'm saying. We're not gonna have breaks, so it's not gonna be a part of this one.
We can record one like that, and I'll just edit it later.
I don't know.
We definitely do improv.
We could just do those as shorts though. You know, like just mini shorts on the channel. That would give us more stuff to upload.
It's true, but I feel like the 5-second or 10-second ones are okay for a podcast.
Yeah, I know, but we could still. But what I'm saying is that would also add more uploads.
But I feel like a 5-second audio only video.
No. Well, obviously, I think once we get cameras, it would be a lot better.
For small skits, we use our phones.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it's just coming up with it. We'll never strip. We'll never strip again. We'll never script again. When we did that last time, I did not like the result. I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's last episode.
I can get a lot. I'm a lot more natural when I'm just being stupid.
I think Adrian's script was fine. I just didn't like how specific it was and then non-specific it was at the same time.
I mean,
So,
like,
It was funny though.
it was, and no, it came out
It's
great.
quality.
for our specific friend group, anything that's scripted never comes out as well as just saying something right off the top.
Like
of our
that's
head.
that's like when we have like we did a video. I think it was me, Dalton, and Justin. We tried to script it, and we tried it like 5 times scripted. Sucked. So then we just were like, screw it, let's just improv this. So we did an improv. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was hilarious.
We should probably start taking improv classes or something like that to just get better at the show.
EAIOU. But Mr. House said I was a natural, Colt.
Yo, you're a great actor. Just last episode when you were reading the script and you got angry was just very like,
Well, that
Karen?
Mhm.
Someone
I know.
fire her.
I know. I should have read it a little better. I should have read it more before we started.
No, all of
but-
it was fine. That
Oh,
part
sorry.
was weird.
Yeah, I should have read it before I started though, because then I would have been able to actually.
You
get
did.
it. No, because like I didn't realize what it said, so I had to look at it again. That's why I paused so much. And I was like, it's like, come on.
Welcome to the podcast where we critique the last podcast.
Well,
Yeah.
what interesting topics.
our podcast are just talking about
Next podcast we'll be
Past
critiquing
podcast.
this one.
yeah, of things that we
I think I
say.
heard a joke about that the other day about someone who made a podcast that critiques the last episode. I'm not stealing that from them. I don't know why.
We're doing it. All right, losers.
Our podcasts are talking about other people's podcasts, and that's our podcast.
And if you don't want our podcast, well, we'll podcast your podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe you should podcast our podcast. Then we'd get more views.
Or maybe you email us. Don't know how, but if you do,
Or maybe
we'll just be on
join
the
our
show.
Patreon in the link.
And don't forget this week's sponsor, donuts.
Toothpaste ones.
Toothpaste donuts.
Taylor-
Clean your teeth while eating healthy. I mean, eating horribly.
Eating healthy.
Remember, if it's not carbs, your brain won't work.
There's not a hole in the middle. You're not eating it right.
Trust me, keto diets don't work.
It's not a donut if there's no hole in the middle.
Yeah.
At that point, it's just a piece of bread with
Then what's
frosting.
a jelly filled donut?
It's not a donut.
Is it like a creamy biscuit?
And basically.
Is it cream pie? Is it just a
Ugh.
type?
Oh
Cream
my
biscuit.
gosh, don't say that.
Cream pie is an
biscuit.
actual thing.
I know.
Yeah. I've got
Cream
one.
pie biscuit.
These boys have
It's
been
not a
cultured
it's
too
more,
much.
It's more like a roll, not a biscuit.
I never said biscuit.
Biscuits are.
I just said cream pie.
He said biscuit.
Yeah,
I said
we're gonna
biscuit.
rewatch this. You said cream pie biscuit.
Well, we're about to end the podcast, so we can.
Biscuits are flaky, rolls are not. All right, there's a difference.
You wanna?
So many people get mad at me. For,
You
like,
eat biscuits
telling
and
them-
gravy, not rolls and gravy. If you eat rolls with gravy, you're a loser.
Oh, that must be a really massive loser then.
You're a loser. Unless you put chicken in the roll, then it's good.
Yeah,
Chicken
honestly.
and gravy in a roll, like a chicken
Yeah.
sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, when we were in school, we would get the
Yeah,
nuggets.
we'd get the roll and the nuggets. Hit that.
That
Yeet.
smacked so much. Dude, we,
Alright.
we looked forward
Bathroom
to those
break.
days.
You guys want to go grab some lunch at the school? It's not open today, but still.
Next Monday.
I got lunch, lady.
Mom!
Next Monday, we'll just go up there and we'll just serve all the kids. And they'll be like, hey, why are you here?
just go through the line. Hit that.
No, for real. Time to go.
6437.
Say goodbye to everyone you love them.
Today is the greatest.
Love you, bye.
I'm not done yet. We have to make sure things turned up. Alright, you ready? I'm about to close out. Mine, don't know how those go. Alright, ready?
You ever wonder what the other dimensions look like? Like, we get that we're 3D, but maybe, just maybe, 4D is better. And I kind of want to head out and try that. We Thunk That.